Hey preppers, Rich Lang with Prep You out here in the beautiful winter weather. January's not bad, it's only like 34 degrees outside, that's pretty good. Hey, it's Tuesday, so this must be your prepping tip of the week. What we're gonna discuss here is basically, this is gonna be a tool to put in your toolbox for when you're setting up your car emergency kit or your bug out bag or your inch bag or whatever, and why you should have a very small stove with you, small camping stove. Like we've got this little Primus stove. You can see how small it is. It fits in the palm of my hand, and that this is one of the average size cylinders that attach to it, and I'll attach it to a second. I'm going to actually bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. But we all hear stories of people being stuck in the winter weather, some no man's land where not many cars go by, and you've got water with you, and you've got maybe have, you know, tea and other stuff like that. But eventually you're going to run out. And what do? Well, the number one thing you think of, oh, I've got all this snow. Wrong answer. You do not want to eat the snow. It's horrible. It reduces your body temperature. There's not much water mass to it, and you don't know what's in the snow. You don't know what's walked through there. Obviously, like Frank Zappa said, watch out where the Huskies go. Don't you eat that yellow snow, and you're not going to eat the yellow snow or drink it, but you don't know what else is there. Before we get too far, I also want to talk about what type of snow to grab. Don't grab the snow on the top. Look down a little bit, especially if unless it's snowed just recently or snowing right then and there, that would be the cleanest snow to use. But I'm going to show you what you do, what you have with you, to keep yourself alive, to keep having fluids, stuff like that. So let me get the camera moved here a little bit down. Hello, Santa. All right, so there we go. Basically, you've got your cylinder. And this little stove, it really packs really nice. It's basically just, if I could hold on to it, it's not even that cold out. Bring it around, snaps together, it spins on. It's got a gas valve here and a starter right there. So there you go. So here's the Sierra cup you're gonna keep with you, 1, 2, or whatever Sierra cups, and you're gonna fill it full of snow. All right, you're gonna open up your cylinder, get this going as high as you can. You're just gonna put your Sierra cup on top of that. I don't think I'm gonna let this video go the entire length that it's gonna take, but you'll see how fast, you know, it really starts to melt down. And some of the things I wanna talk about this, again, reiterating, don't eat the snow. It's just not good for you. It's gets you too cold. So really what you've got here is a nice little packed up kit that you can, you know, put in your vehicle bag or your going out bag or whatever, because you're talking a Sierra cup, a small stove, and a cylinder, and you can even get smaller cylinders, different stoves. Jetboil is another stove that I like to use. Candle, you can get some decent candles, emergency candles, that'll do basically the same thing, but it's going to take longer. And obviously snow you're going to need, you know, so you're going to add the clean snow to the cup, get as much in there as possible. You're going to place the can over the stove or the candle. Now here's another question about inside or out. If it's freezing outside, there's no reason you can't do this in your car. You just have to be really careful and crack a window. You don't want to die of carbon monoxide either. You know, outside would be best to do it, you know. It just would be, you can see how fast that is melting. Yes, it was hot. And you'll just keep adding snow till you fill that up. And then you're gonna bring this to a boil. And then I like to boil it for at least a minute, to be honest with you, just to get it boiled off. And then you're gonna take it, after it gets to a boil, you're gonna take it and you're gonna cool it off. Like anything, any water that's boiled, it basically boils the air out of it. And though it doesn't add really a taste to the mixture, but water that's been boiled and then cooled and drank, it just got a weird flavor to it. So you want to aerate it a little bit and get it all nicely cleaned up. But that's all you're gonna do. I mean, it doesn't take that long. We're gonna, probably say a couple minutes for that to get all the way down to where it's gonna start to boil. Let me be smart this time and put a glove on. But you can actually see that, let me get this, see if I can do this without burning everything down. Get this a little closer, but you can actually see now where it's mostly water, and I don't know if you can see inside, but at the very bottom you're starting to get bubbles where it's starting to boil. It's actually steaming off, so it's really not going to take that long. But there you go. We're gonna keep this going, and I'll show you a couple of things, talk about a couple of things before we go there. Like always, I want to thank our subscribers. We can always use more subscribers, so please pass videos along like this. Like I said before, this is just another tool in your toolbox as far as survival. And as you can see, it's not going to take up much room. It can go in your vehicle box. So whenever you go any place, or always be aware of your surroundings, not only the surroundings where you're at, or the surroundings where you're going to, and the surroundings along the way, and the weather and all that kind of stuff. You want to be sure that everything's safe for you to go and you have the right supplies. Also make sure that you have 72 hours or more of food packed for evacuation or bug out. Let's hope you never have to do that. The more important thing to do is make sure you have 30, 60, 90 days of shelter in place food. Remember, 3 deep stockpiling, the stuff that you're using, the stuff that backs up what you're using, and then the backup to the backup. And if there's something that you eat a lot, maybe you need 4 or 5 deep on those particular items so you have them. And please prep like your life depends on it, because it does. As you can see, the snow's all gone. We got a couple bubbles. I don't know if you can really see the inside, but it's already starting to bubble at the bottom, which means it's going to start boiling pretty soon. So all you're going to do is, at that point, is you're going to let it go for about a minute. Don't have to, but go for a minute just to be sure. You're going to just take the Sierra cup, put it back down in that snow right there, let it cool off. And if you really want to be safe, another thing that you should have in your toolbox is a filtration straw. Life Straw is a name brand, and there's other ones out there. They're all good. You can suck this water through that. But that's a good little cup there. It doesn't take you that long to do it. And these gas cylinders last for a long time. I've used these gas cylinders camping, and a little cylinder like this is cooked like, I don't know, 7-10 days worth of food, and I still had fuel left over. So that's it. That's your prepping tip of the week. Don't you eat that, eat snow, or even especially, like I said, Frank Zappa said, don't you eat that yellow snow. But this is the way to keep you alive. Remember, the more tools you have in your toolbox, the better off you're going to survive. So thanks a lot. Take care. We'll see you, preppers.